Hi guys, I'm Richard. I'm an electrical engineer with Threepwood Consulting, and I've just been out on a little walk and I've spotted something, as you do, that's electricity infrastructure related. We all do it from time to time. We spot something that we know we've been working on, maybe on a project, and it's of interest, and the sun's going down, and I've got the GoPro with me, so I'm going to fire up a little video about this because I think it's pretty relevant. What I'm looking at here is an LV pole. Okay, now there's a few things about this that I want to explain that make it an interesting LV pole. This is a joint use pole. There are two types of utility on here. There is electricity supply and there's also telecommunication supply, and joint use poles have been around for quite a long time, back even when electricity boards and the post office were telecommunication providers, but they're still very relevant. They're still very much a point of interest from telecommunication providers. This is an LV pole. That is the only kind of pole that joint use is allowable on, LV, low voltage poles. The document that would be considered the national standard for this is an ENA, Energy Networks Association document, EBTP. I'll try and put a link to that on this video. I worked with the distribution network operators, DNOs, to update that document 18 months ago, and it was published earlier this year. We worked with the telecommunication providers out there to, I guess, revise some of the technical requirements about joint use poles. Why is it quite an important topic? Well, back in 2016 the access to infrastructure regulations were published, and those were published to match the government's strategic objective of having all parts of the country have access to high-speed internet, and particularly in rural areas that might, you know, be far from telecommunication hubs. Overhead networks are a good way to get telecommunication wires out there, so joint use of poles is an option, and the access to infrastructure regulations are been put in place to facilitate information about the use of joint use poles, and I guess facilitate some level of communication between owners of poles and people wanting to get access to them. Now, EBTP is the technical requirements that you would consider relevant for a joint use pole, and it talks about things like the separation, minimum separation between electricity conductors and telecommunication conductors. So up here we have, if you can spot that, ABC, aerial bundle conductor. That is common modern style of electricity conductor. It's effectively insulated. Topic for another day. This one's actually got an LV service and an LV main. We'll not go into detail on that, but just below it here, the sort of the thinner, slightly thinner, you've got the electricity on top, and you've got the telecommunication down here. The separation between these two must be minimum of 500 mil. If it's an open wire construction, that would have to be 800 mil. EBTP also talks about the competence, the vetting, the agreements, the licensing between telecommunication providers and DNOs. This is a creosote pole, common type of pole, very common type of pole. Access to this. What does an operator need to know about safe access to that? Lots of things about the technical requirements, even before there's any consideration of putting attachments there. Is the pole strong enough? Like I say, it's a topic that's relevant, very relevant, because rollout of high-speed internet is going all the time. But anyway, this is just one example of how electricity and telecommunications are, I guess, coming together and for a common goal to get good service to consumers. Hope you enjoyed this quick chat. Sun's going down. I'm going to have to shoot, but catch you next time.